Hi guys, Toy Bunny here.
Hello.
And Mango here.
Yeah.
Cool. And we are reacting to some ghost videos because I tried to do numbers a minute ago and I got bored because none of them worked. I was going to react to some weird Charlie games, but it just didn't work. I was laughing all the way through it because it was actually hilarious.
Have you ever
So let's see this
ghost? Maybe we see ghosts every day.
We are ghosts.
From the dead. I'm not sure all ghosts choose to hang around cellars or attics, and maybe some like to come out into the open and walk around our houses, or just mingle in crowds. Ever had a spine-tingling chill suddenly come over you? Maybe it was a spirit walking through you. Have you ever walked into a building and suddenly you don't feel right, but you cannot quite put your finger on it? And what caused that strange feeling? Maybe you've woken up one night and found someone standing next to your bed, just staring at you, and then suddenly disappears in front of your eyes. The following are 3 true ghost stories, but be warned, best not to read these stories at night at home by yourself, as every creaking noise the house makes or cupboards banging might just be a spirit trying to get your attention or trying to tell you that it's their house, not yours.
Right, here we go. Yeah! Yeet!
Webster Groves, Missouri. The following events took place in a 2-story wood and brick structure that was built in the 1890s. The new owners, the Fergusons, had moved into the house in 1956, and from the beginning, Mrs. Ferguson was being woken up at exactly 2 a.m. night after night by being shaken awake and then heard something beating on the windows. Then she started hearing footsteps walking up and down the stairs day and night, which always ended up on the upstairs landing. Yet her husband had heard nothing. However, one night Mr. Ferguson was awakened to see a white shape go through the wall towards their daughter's bedroom. But when he jumped out of bed to check, there was nothing to be seen. However, the following morning at breakfast, their 3-year-old daughter asked, "Who is the lady dressed in black with a little boy in hand that keeps coming into her room at night?" She later complained that the lady would often try to hit her with a broom.
What?
It didn't hurt. After 9 years, they moved out.
9 years?
In 1965, another family called the Walshes moved into the house with a 10-year-old daughter, and at first found the house pleasant. A short time later, as she was preparing dinner, she noticed their dog was cringing in fear.
Cringe.
A white cloud shaped like a human floated through the open door into the living room. In the evenings, she started to feel unseen noisy presences roaming around. Mrs. Walsh then started to notice that the door to the attic was always open. One evening, she heard the door to the attic open and close 4 times. Then the whole family would hear footsteps going up to the attic. Every night she closed the attic door. In the morning, she found it open. One morning she went into the attic, into a small room where they stored furniture, and found everything had been moved. And the heavy drawers had been opened, but not by any member of their family. One day when her daughter was playing in the garden, she heard the small footsteps of a child running through the dining room and kitchen. She now realised there was both an adult and a child spirit present. One day, Mr. Walsh was downstairs at home by himself and heard a child running around upstairs. The family now realised that a family from the past, unaware of the passage of time, were living in their house. The Walshes eventually moved out, only to leave the house to the mercy of the next tenants.
Oh gosh.
Lugo Avenue, Linwood, California. In the early 1950s, Naomi and her husband were house hunting in Linwood, California, and spotted what they believed to be their ideal house that was for sale in Lugo Avenue. It was an old European house with stone walls covered in vines and shrubbery. The property showed signs of neglect and everything was overgrown. However, they still bought the house.
Why?
After months of effort in both house and garden,
Why would that be
they
a
managed to
perfect
bring
house
it
for
back to its
anyone?
original state. One hot morning, as Naomi was at home by herself working in the garden, she suddenly looked up and was startled to see a smallish elderly lady not more than a metre away on the path, dressed in old-fashioned clothes that appeared to be from another era. The elderly lady then apologised for the intrusion and said in a high-pitched voice whether it would be all right to look around a bit, and as Naomi was about to reply, the elderly lady said, "But you see, my husband and I originally built this house." The two women then walked around having a long conversation about how beautiful beautiful the garden was, and the old lady went from flower to flower, smelling and admiring them. And she said she was so happy that the house and garden had been brought back to life. The lady then wanted to look at the patio, where they came upon a rose bush, and whispered to Naomi they were her favourites. Naomi then offered to cut some roses for the elderly lady to take home. But as she turned around to grab the scissors, she suddenly turned back to find the lady suddenly gone, and thought it rather rude to disappear without saying a word. So Naomi thought she could not have gone far and decided to catch up to her. But as she ran out to the street, the lady was nowhere to be seen. In her fragile state, she could not have moved that quickly, yet she had completely disappeared. A few weeks later, Naomi had tea with a neighbour opposite and talked about her oddly visitor, who claimed to have built the house. Her neighbour said that it was impossible because that elderly lady whom she had been describing had been dead for many, many years.
Yeah.
New York.
Jesus Christ.
Parker Keegan was a truck driver.
I like how
His
all
wife
these
Rebecca
are
was
in.
an artist and
Yeah.
had 2 young
They're
children.
all in America.
December 1964, they moved into an old pre-Civil War 2-storey house with a large staircase. They shared half the house with Rebecca's teenage cousin, Jane. Rebecca spent most nights by herself as her husband was out on the road. But one night she heard heavy footsteps coming up the stairs, and she was joined by her cousin Jane, who also heard them. The steps were of a heavy man, but the strangest thing was that she did not hear the front door unlock. Well, they both believed it was a burglar. However, they saw nothing until suddenly they observed the stairs bending as if someone was walking up them. And then it reached the top of the stairs. On hearing this, they suddenly ran into their bedrooms, terrified. After this incident, Jane moved out of the house, leaving Rebecca alone. Not only did Rebecca continue to hear the footsteps at night, she was now hearing someone crying on the empty side of the house, and was also hearing cupboards downstairs opening and closing in rapid succession. Fortunately, on this occasion, her husband was at home, and went downstairs to inspect the noise, and on immediately entering the room, the noise stopped. However, as soon as he got back into bed, the noise resumed, so he ran back downstairs only to have the noise stop again as he entered the room. To make matters worse, Rebecca was also starting to see doorknobs move by themselves. When Rebecca started work, she initially had her mother babysit, but her mother did not stay long, and then her sister Mary offered. One day when Mary was looking out of the living room window, a face appeared, and on another occasion, objects would fly out of her hands. One afternoon,
Bye.
when it suddenly flew out of her hands and landed at her husband's feet. Shortly after, Mary left the house. Then her sister-in-law Susan offered to stay, and shortly after, she witnessed objects fly off the shelves, cupboard doors opening and closing, and heard the footsteps on the stairwell. She said she would never stay there alone. On Christmas Eve 1966, Rebecca saw an angry man's face staring through the window and grabbed the gun. But then the face disappeared, and they ran outside to check but could find no sign of anybody. Early in April, Rebecca and Parker were in the bedroom when they saw the form of an intense blue light cross from where the telephone was over their bed and down the stairs. As it crossed past the phone, it made the phone ring, and as it reached the bottom of the stairs, it made that phone ring. Tired of living with all this paranormal drama, they'd had enough and moved out.
Yeah, I would, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's only so much anyone can handle.
Yeah.
That's actually quite a nice picture. Dun, dun, dun. So, yeah. Yay, ghost stories. Who doesn't love them? Oh, hi, Playful Plushies. You're in my video. I'm in my own video. Well, that was weird. Yeah. Wait, is that the FNAF World theme park? Yes, it is. Look at the Puppet Master. Look at the bin. Is it a bin? Yes, it is. Alright, anyway, yeah. We'll do another video on that another day. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.